Charlie Kirk's a dumbass. Welcome to my alpha male podcast where we talk about women and not having a right. Hey gang, today we're going to be talking about Charlie Kirk. So I'm going to have a great time and dip for 3 months again. I'm so sorry for that, by the way.
Actually, 6 months now. My bad.
But we're back. We're so back. This was suggested by a fan, and fuck, man, I can't speak today. This video was suggested by a fan, and their name is Kira Doyle. So shout out to you, and if you want to be shout out, just drop a video or drop a comment that I like. Some funny. I don't know. I was 5 months late to that, Kira. I'm so sorry.
Almost as long as it took to make this video.
That video that she commented on was 10 months ago. Hope you're still here. Guess what? It's kind of like the Renaissance era for like the 2016 Own the Libs era where fucking dweebs go to college campuses and just like try to humiliate them because, you know, they're media trained and they're just normal people. But no, in the titles and thumbnails, it's just, oh, the fucking Charlie Kirk destroys woke student, decimates fucking libtard, dude. It's stupid. It's all stupid. It's just owning himself. Like, why would you? It's like a moment where you're like, why would you post that, Charlie? He started a company called turningpointusa. It's just a bunch of propaganda. That's all it is. Delivered to you by either Candace Owens or white Candace Owens.
Look at the top of his head.
They're all the same person. Let's just hop into it because I am rusty.
A lot of people say he's black, but he has a white parent and a black parent.
He's half and half.
They want to keep the white primacy pure form, so they want to say that he's black.
I honestly haven't thought very deeply
so if you
about
the
racial composition.
If you get a pizza from Domino's, okay,
this is probably stop.
This is relative, unlike you. Trust me.
Oh,
so
trust you? Okay.
If you get a half pepperoni and half cheese pizza, it's not a cheese pizza.
Cool. Like I said, half white, half black, half cheese, half pepperoni. What's the point?
Playing dumb is really cool. You know what he fucking means. If you guys don't know, he's talking about the one drop rule and he's giving an analogy with pizza, which if you're smart and you have a brain cell, you can understand what he's trying to say. They're not there to like fucking change minds or like actually listen to people and like see their positions on shit. It's just like Charlie's like, let me humiliate fucking college students when I didn't graduate. Okay, weird. Also, you're like so fucking old. Why do you do this? And I know this is at his own event, but the later on videos, he just goes to college campuses, sets up a little fucking tent, and he's like, America's not racist. Change my mind. Fucking fake ass Steven Crowder, bro. Stop. You're not him. And you don't want to be. Because he's not cool.
Where are you getting at?
Why is everybody laughing at me?
Okay, Missouri State starting strong, everybody. I gotta tell you. Please, don't do drugs, guys.
Don't do drugs, guys. Like, what the he asked, why is everyone laughing at him? Because, like, he made an analogy that made sense, but you just wanted to play dumb. And then just laugh at him to acknowledge what he's saying. Because you'll notice they never acknowledge what they're saying. Ever. He's talking about the one drop rule and how we call Barack Obama our first black president when technically he's our first mixed president, but we call him black because of the one drop rule. And he was making an analogy with pizza because if you get a half cheese and a half pepperoni pizza, it's not just a cheese pizza. That's it. And he's like, don't do drugs, guys. Fucking do drugs. Endorsement macrowave.
Hello, everybody. We're going to take a picture agreeing with your sign because I think it's white supremacy is evil.
I actually don't want pictures with my sign.
Oh, I do.
Sign, thank you.
All right. Do you think I'm a racist?
Don't say anything.
Can I not take a picture with your sign?
This is my property. Okay.
So I can't stand next to your property? How does one resist hate if you don't have people join you in resisting hate?
Dude, I hate when conservatives do this. Like, they always go, wait, but you're not including the racist in being resistant to racism. Why are you not letting the racist in?
Let me in.
Let me in.
I thought you guys were all about inclusion. You're stupid. Let me be nice to the homophobe. let's let the homophobe join in on the pride parade. That's a great idea.
Only you guys can reject white supremacy. That's right. Want to unite to end racism? We agree.
That's nice. We're not going to use it.
Why can't I take a picture? Can't have Charlie ever be seen denouncing racism.
You denounce racism, so do it.
I do denounce racism.
Okay,
yes.
great.
He does not denounce racism. Play the fucking DEI clip. Play it right now. Boeing plane clip.
That's why I think this United story and the DEI story hits so hard, because we've all been in the back of a plane when the turbulence hits, or when you're flying through a storm and you're like, I'm so glad I saw the guy with the right stuff and the square jaw get into the cockpit before we took off, and I feel better now thinking about that.
No, I mean, like, you want to go thought crime? Like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Can I take a picture of your sign? So in order to unite against racism, wouldn't that mean that I should be able to take a picture with your sign? Aren't you dividing against racism right now?
Well, you're not letting me take a picture with your sign, so I guess you're not fighting against racism. Nigga. Oh my gosh, bro. Just take no for an answer. You could do that. You're just like, this is the thing. He's not like a smart intellectual giant or whatever the fuck. He's just annoying. And he made a company off of him being annoying. All of these motherfuckers, Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, all of them started in this 2016 era where they just like, let me own these college students and try to make them look dumb, but even though I look dumb in the process. Silent protest is a form of protest. The opposition, us, which would be us in their eyes, we already know what their position is and their talking points and what they say and advocate for. There's no fucking point to talk to them and act like we can be civil to them. There's no why. What I hate the civility politics. No, Charlie Kirk's an idiot. Motherfuckers in the comments be like, ad hominem, go outside. You debate pervert. You watch too much Destiny.
I believe that there's systemic racism in this society. When an African-American defendant comes in front of a judge, they are less likely to be able to plead down their case from a felony to a misdemeanor.
Instead of saying, you know, they really get different sentencing, how about this? Stop committing crimes.
Never thought of that, Charlie. First of all, we're talking about the same crimes. He was talking about how come fucking black people get higher sentencing for like the same crime compared to their counterparts. And then this motherfucker says something completely unrelated and just something that a 5-year-old would say when they're like, hey, can you give a solution for crime? Just don't do it. Hey, you got depression? Don't be sad. Do you think people just do crime because they want to? The majority of the time, it's because like they're desperate and it's like what they have to do because like material conditions and what made them in that spot in the first place. Also, what the fuck is this lighting? Who? Also, hairline is insane. His hairline is crazy. I have to talk about it. I know you motherfuckers be like, ad hominem. It's a commentary video. You want me to be like, actually, that was a logical fallacy right there and there. It's like, oh my God, bro, y'all niggas are boring.
Oh, I feel so bad that, you know, this guy, I know he shot up a home and killed 2 people, but he really got a tougher sentence than the white guy. Like, yeah, you're not winning me over with that, actually.
You just made up a scenario. We're talking about the same crime. So I don't know why you're even, like, specifying the type of crime the black guy did when we're talking about the sentencing for the same crime. And it's not about feeling bad. It's about doing the right thing and not being, I don't know, discriminatory.
Here's the thing. 50+% of all murders are done by black men.
Oh my God. He's gonna do the fucking 50% of all crime is done by 30% of the population, and it's black people.
They are 7% of the population, and they do more than half of all the killing in this country.
Oh, it's 7%. That's weird. He changes the percentages a lot. In one of them, it's 13%. And in another one, it's instead of 50%, it's 55% all of a sudden. And then I think a different one, it says 60%. And he also jumbles around the reasons too, because he doesn't, he wants to hide his racist ass. Not well, though. First of all, not true, because all conservatives look at the fucking statistics at surface level, and then they attribute those statistics to the wrong cause. It's annoying. Instead of like material conditions and like anything like that. It's just like, no, that's just their culture.
I am not going to pander and use, oh, I feel your pain and white privilege and sentencing stuff. How about you stop murdering so many people?
Charlie, is that really your solution to crime? Just stop doing it. We weren't even talking about murder. And if you've noticed, the guy hasn't talked since the beginning of the video, because conservatives love to do this thing called gish galloping, where they just don't let the other person respond because they just spew so many points at once. So you're like, which one do I even fucking respond to?
And I'm not saying that blacks are doing it because they're black. I'm saying they're doing it when you don't have a father around. You are more likely to enter that cycle of violence.
There's only two ways, bro. You either think that there is systemic racism and there are outside factors that affect black people, or you think it's inherent. There is no middle. There is no in between, because no one even said that yet. He didn't even say that. The guy didn't say anything. That's like when fucking Drake said Millie Bobby Brown and Kendrick's like, I didn't even say Millie, my nigga. Like, what? Kendrick Lamar, Drake.
I'm saying they're doing it when you don't have a father around. You are more likely to enter that cycle of violence.
And why aren't the fathers in the home, Charlie? And why is that? I would love for you to get into the reason of that. Do you think it has anything to do with like over-policing in like black areas? Do you think it has anything to do with that? And like, you know, the overpopulated amount of black men in prison that would be fathers? That is the demographic you would be talking about. I wonder.
Who are you?
My name is Charlie Kirk and I love America.
Is that like your full name, or my name is Charlie Kirk and I love America? Can you just get America's like cock out of your mouth, please? It's not family friendly for YouTube, I would say. It didn't get banned for hate speech. It got banned for fucking bootlicking.
Because I love talking with people I disagree with. Started an organization that's now in 1,000+ campuses to save the greatest culture and country ever to exist.
Is it the type of culture that's like hatred, not it's not hatred, it's heritage? Is it that one? I don't even have to try that hard. I don't need to be like, this is wrong because this, and this. He just shows his own ass. I don't have to do anything. I'm a reaction channel now.
Is it necessary?
Well, considering I've been assaulted, followed, stalked, and had things thrown at me, the greatest protection I have is cameras.
Oh. I don't fucking care, though. So the assault that he's talking about, because it was in the same day, someone just took his fucking hat. Someone took his hat and threw it. Oh, I'm assaulted. Shut the fuck. You guys are such snowflakes. My hat got thrown. I got assaulted. Are you serious? I haven't said anything about his small face yet, but I'm holding back.
We record all of it so that we put it on the internet so people can see these ideas collide. When people stop talking, that's when you get violence. That's when civil war happens. Because you start to think the other side is so evil and they lose their humanity.
I hate this. If you stop talking to me, Charlie Kirk, we're gonna get violent. Marriages are gonna fall apart. What? That's a different type of communication, Charlie. We're not talking about communication like within a partner. We're talking about like debating. Fuck that. Some shit doesn't need to be up for debate. People need to realize that. Not every opinion needs to be respected, because opinions can be bigoted. Like, oh, what if my opinions, I think all black people are criminals. That's just my opinion.
And I think what makes this country on the verge of going to a place we don't want it to go right now is we're afraid to go to places like this and have these conversations. I'm not.
I'm not afraid to post my own L's. I'm not afraid to talk over every student for, I don't know, 6 minutes, let them get one word in, and then just spew talking points out my ass. I don't ever do that.
If you have a cure to diabetes,
yeah,
wouldn't you want to sell that here in the marketplace?
I would want to distribute it to everyone for free. That's why I'm in the field, because I want
an example of one thing that's ever been given out for free by the government. Because there's nothing that's free. Paid for by somebody at some point in some level of distribution.
Other than government subsidies that Elon Musk gets for his companies. But nothing is free. You're right.
Okay, I mean, how about Jeff Bezos, who has like $50 billion or something? He can afford to pay for that, right?
How did Jeff Bezos get his money?
By exploiting his laborers and not paying them enough.
If he's exploiting them, why do they work for him?
How does anyone take you seriously? Oh, if they're exploiting them, then why are they working? If they're exploiting them, huh? Then why are they working for him? What? Does he know what system we live under? Does he know we live under capitalism where literally almost every job that's not a union or some other shit like that is going to exploit your fucking labor because that's how it works? Because that's the system we're under, Charlie. They literally don't have a fucking choice.
Because they don't have another opportunity.
Have you ever used Amazon?
No, I actually...
Change topic. As soon as she said that, he's like, well, have you used Amazon? I already know what the fuck he's gonna say. Oh, well, you used it, so you're participating in it. You don't participate in the exploitation by being a consumer. That's not how that works. You participate by being the owner, which the consumers are not of. They're the owner of the product. For a guy who talks about free market and all this shit, doesn't know fucking fuck all about what he's talking about.
Could you throw out some solutions that would limit or stop men's suicide?
Why are men killing themselves in record numbers? There is a lack of purpose in young men, and there's an outright war on men in this country, and it has to stop. There is a war on men in this country. That men are aimless, and they are treated as second-class citizens.
You could just say ridiculous shit when you're a conservative, man. Men are treated as second-class citizens? No, we're not. You are on a stage right now just spewing utter bullshit as a job, and you have like thousands of people fucking at your place doing the same shit. I feel so fucking bad for you. You can't do anything.
They lack purpose. They lack the ability to be men at a very young age.
Charlie, what, man? His solutions are all something a 6-year-old would say. Yeah, crime don't do crime. Men are like suicidal and shit. Well, I know why. They're just lacking the ability to be men. What? My legs went up from that, dude. You made me recoil. And that's the funniest thing, because then this motherfucker's like, what's a woman? What is a woman? Fucking Matt Walsh wanna be over here. Sin City was a He goes, what is a woman? And he's like, you can't define woman while using the word woman. And then he just goes, oh, men are suicidal because they're lacking the ability to be men.
They have to almost be grown into like feminized versions of their former self. And all the institutions have become super feminized.
You are not masculine, Charlie. You don't fit the criteria that you are like trying to advocate for. You're not that.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
You're talking about like men painting their fucking fingernails and shit. Which, you know what's way more like being a wussy about or something like that? Caring. That doesn't sound masculine. It's not feminine either. Because I'm not a, misogynist. It's just childish. That's what it is.
I don't think that pornography is helping at all. I think that men staring at screens is directly tied to depression and anxiety and the lack of young boys to be able to actually have healthy dopaminergic responses to pleasure.
You're dude, you've never had sex. I'm not even gonna say it, but it just sounds geeky as shit. Imagine he's like, hey, you wanna have some dopamine and pleasure? You're not getting any. Conservatives don't fuck. And when they do, they brag about how their wife's fucking pussy is dry. Or they write an article about how spousal rape is okay. And it's part 1. Part 1. But no, porn is not destroying men, you idiots. First of all, women watch porn too, so I guess it's not destroying them, whatever. I mean, you think they're destroyed for a whole nother reason. It's totally not sexism or something.
I get attacked as being racist and misogynistic, xenophobic, and all these different things.
He cut how many, things he was called because it just kept going, so they had to cut it out.
No. It's about love of the nation. If you bring people into the country that resent you, don't share your culture, and they do not want to learn your language.
That's just straight up racism, dude. You speak English when you're here. You need to speak English when you're in America. You need to assimilate. You need to change your entire culture. You need to be white. I thought the bitch was white!
God damn it! And they do not assimilate. You should probably stop bringing those people into your country.
That's the whole short, by the way. Thanks. Racism as a short. Hey, if you don't speak English, get the fuck out. And also, you're just assuming that they resent you. They probably resent you specifically. Yeah, sure. Definitely. For sure. Yeah. Indubitably.
For someone that looks like me, if I even say I'm a conservative, I often get a strange look Like, oh, how can you be conservative and be black? And which is like something I often struggle to respond. So I don't know why my skin color even plays even any part in being what part of politics I stand.
You know, like the college commercials where it's like black and white and he's like, I went here and it changed my life. It's like that type of music in the background, but for like just a black conservative saying it's really hard. It's really hard because people think I'm stupid. Like, yeah, you're gonna be looked at weird if you're a conservative because you're like literally going against your own interest. It's the same shit if you're a woman and conservative. What are you doing?
Anybody who says that is no better than a KKK activist from 150 years ago.
Exactly.
The KKK weren't activists. Did you like do a little Freudian slip right there? A little slip and slide? They were terrorists. Apparently I'm as bad as the KKK because I think conservatives are dumb. If they're a black conservative, yeah, I'm gonna think you're a little stupid. You know Candace Owens? She's stupid as shit. She's a white supremacist and she's black. She converted Kanye to be a Nazi.
They believe that if you have a skin color, you must believe a certain thing. But I would throw it right back at them. I think you should say, excuse me, why do you think you know my value system based on the melanin content in my skin? Now, I don't throw around the racist term like a frisbee because I'm not a leftist.
Yes, you do. You literally throw it around every time. It's like, this person said, this person's racist against white people. There's so much racism against white people. You use the word racist more than leftists do. Shut up. Shut up. First of all, no one's saying you can't be conservative. And she didn't say that either. It's almost like you changed the narrative. She said people give me strange looks, not saying you can't be a conservative. That's weird that you just wanted to change it. That's strange.
I want you to acknowledge this. You asked why black people aren't, like, the reason why there's not as many black people in universities is because they're not applying. But then we have to see as like, why are they not applying? So I feel like they lack, like, minorities in this country lack a lot of resources. Like, it's definitely possible, like, we've seen it happen. Like, I mean, that's why I'm here, right? But it's not as easy as it is for, like, you know, some white people.
See, that's true. They do lack a lot of resources. Now let's see Charlie Kirk's rebuttal and totally something that's addressing her point.
I asked you 3 quick questions. You graduated high school, right?
What does that have to do? I'm gonna let him finish.
You don't yet have a kid, I'm guessing? Okay. And do you have a job of some sort? Okay. So you, based on those 3 great choices, are nearly guaranteed to not live in poverty in America.
Based on those 3 things, so you graduated high school, you don't have a kid yet, and you have a job. Congrats, Charlie. You just named every minimum wage worker ever that is a teenager. People who thinks he's owned anybody once are dumb. He hasn't, ever. All they do is read statistics at surface level and then interpret them wrong.
That has nothing to do with skin color. That has nothing to do with racism. I'm making good choices. You are an example of why America is the greatest country in the history of the world.
Okay, if it's by making good choices, because based on your other videos, right, of like black people doing more crime and whatever, then you're just implying that the majority of black people are just making bad choices. Why would that be inherent to just black people? That's where the racism comes into play.
Black people are only 13% of the population, yet they commit 55% of the murders. Why?
Yeah. Percentage change.
Because black people tend to be in lower economic statuses.
So you think that poverty equals crime?
It's highly correlated. A lot of studies
this is where
on
we
that.
disagree. What an insult to the working poor of this country.
He's doing virtue signaling. The thing that he complains that leftists do all the time. He does not give a fuck about poor people. Jeff Bezos isn't exploiting them if they're working for him. Like, shut the fuck up. She's just addressing the material conditions and that's not insulting. Conservatives do that shit all the fucking time by acknowledging an issue in the material conditions, which apparently conservatives don't fucking believe in. It's not an insult to the working class, to the poor working class, that you say you care about, which you don't.
So then the boat hit the Baltimore Bridge, and then the Baltimore Bridge collapsed, okay? And then the mayor came out and talked about it. You know, black people.
You believe that the Constitution's the best document in political history?
Greatest political document ever.
There you go.
Thank you.
I want to know, how is it possible to believe that when it's based on racist principles? They describe indigenous peoples as merciless Indian savages, and they don't even recognize other people of color. I just want to know how you think it's possible to believe that's such a great document we're founded upon.
Thank you for the question. Where does it say that in the document?
What?
Where does it say what you said in the actual document?
I'm not entirely sure,
It
but...
doesn't.
No,
It doesn't need to say it into the goddamn stupid fucking document, Charlie. It's the fact that they believe that. It's the fact that the people who wrote that believe that the fucking Native Americans are just merciless savages. The fact that they wrote, like, oh, all men are equal or whatever, is a lie because of their actions, because of the genocide that they did to the Native Americans, which is also... You know what he thinks about that?
Marxist. Okay, tell me this then.
Yeah.
What was the biggest genocide that ever happened in world history?
The biggest genocide, and it depends how you define a genocide. I would say
No.
Stalin's intentional massacre or Mao's intentional massacre,
So give me the
65 to
numbers.
70,
Add all those
70
up.
million people.
Add those up. 70 million?
Yep, intentional
Okay,
death.
What about the 200 million people that used to live on this continent?
Oh, you mean the people that died of natural causes?
You think...
Holy
moly.
That's what he thinks. Genuinely, like, just, like, scum of the earth behavior.
Do you know what it does say? Provide for the general welfare of all people. What you said is nowhere in the founding documents at all.
Oh, you know, that's cool that it says that, Charlie. But here's the thing. Actions speak louder than words. If the welfare of all people is, you know, the thing that they advocate for, maybe they shouldn't have killed a bunch of indigenous people and called them savages. Also, slave owners. Don't forget about that. You're just defending them for one, because, like, oh, that was just the time back then. Nigga, if you don't shut up. Oh, I feel so bad. Fuck you. Now, this isn't Charlie. This is Candace Owens. So, yay. But, you know, still part of Turning Point USA. Still posting her own L's.
I remember being forced to take a feminism 101 class, and the teacher, I don't know, she stepped out of a feminist novel, you know. Hairy legs, hairy armpits. I'm not even really sure why that's a part of feminism.
Yeah, this is made up. What? I'm not really sure why that's a part of feminism. Shut the fuck. What's next? I bet you at the end of the story, everyone stood up and clapped.
She could have lost her keys in the morning, and my professor would have been like, you know, who created the key? Some guy named Alfred created the key. Very hard to find in the couches. Men did this, the patriarchy. You know.
What the fuck are you talking about? You know what this sounds like? Oh my god. Oh, no, dude, this sounds like just Candace Owens trying to do like a stand-up routine. Oh, no. The key. Who created the key? Alfred. Oh, Batman's fucking butler, dude. Patriarchy. Dude, the patriarchy has a war cry. Please, someone comment that. Just patriarchy.
While I did really want to be a feminist because the word felt so good, I just didn't think it was plausible that every single thing that women were living through could be traced back to men.
Well, yeah, not with that example that you clearly made the fuck up. I'm gonna have to cut it short, but that's fine. You guys get the gist. They always fucking just gish gallop, say a bunch of talking points that you're not even able to respond to, and they never really address your point either. And they just say talking points that they misinterpreted. Thank you, Mabel, for being a special guest on this episode of Macrowave, because you keep barking throughout the entire video. You want to say anything else? And now she don't want to say shit. So that's all for now. So like, subscribe, all that fun jazz. And thank you for coming to my little corner of the internet. And the last thing I gotta say to you is...
Me and my dog. Me and my dog. Me and my dog. Me and my dog.